What, hello, hello, good morning. Welcome to another year's Futures Trading Stream. I apologize for the quality of the voice here. There's something going on here. Like I cannot just something. I mess up something. I mess up with settings of the microphone, and somehow what's happening is detecting here the webcam instead of instead of uh, the microphone that I have on my desk. Anyway, all right. Let's do what can we do here. Uh, uh, we are we have arrived to FOMC day, uh, and there's tremendous amount of short. I mean, how can I say this? Just short. What I have seen here is just short-term trading going on, back and forth, back and forth. A quick look, really quick look into uh, the ES profiles will tell me. Just observe what happened here, right? And the level. What level is this? What's happening or what happened yesterday here? Where it came, where the selling came here? What do we have down here? Where the late liquidation had happened at not liquidation, the continuation, right? Kind of a little bit of extension of the range, but it's all starting for the center of previous period, half previous period range, which is half back. Okay. Um, I was my mind or my opinion of the market was that being short was very risky. Regardless, what the market did was to stay to the downside, and probably this is what happened, right? Traders were expecting something like this yesterday, and we just if you have followed this market, um, if you did the opposite that the market did the previous trading day, I could say you were pretty much safe, right? Down, up, down. What happened here? Up. You just it's just unbelievable what's happened. This is just short-term trading going on here. Very short-term trading. Yes, there's nothing here but short-term traders getting too long, getting long, being forced to liquidate, getting short, being forced to cover. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Nothing else more than that. Today we may see something during FMC or after FMC. And before I keep going further, as I started a session today, this happened around 6 a.m., something like that. I've seen this liquidation or of this inventory. Let me make this a little bit smaller so I can so you can see better. Right? This is let's just look at this range here, trying to get higher, being forced to liquidate, and just after a couple of periods, again, back and forth, back and forth. A tremendous amount of whites here, tremendous amount of whites as the market keeps going higher. There's absolutely nothing here, nothing. The risk of being or holding a position is really high here. Now let's see. I just want to show you. Where are you? You are not positioning. No, the heck. Where are you? Chat values. Pointer chat study. I don't care about that. Okay. Down sales. Okay. I have. This is how thin this market is. Right. I have adjusted this chart, this time and sales to show me volume, combined volume above 10, just above 10, right? Combined meaning the bid and ask, right? Um, and this is what I have. Right? 9:18. What time is it? 9:18. Just a couple trades. One, two, three trades. Some on the bid, one in the ask, with kind of some kind of volume here. But if I decrease my parameter maybe to 2 here, let's do 5, okay? Let's do 5 with. Let's go hard for that. What do we have? My field volume, my L5. 1. Uh-oh. Let's go about 10 here. Let's do it here. 5. 5. Input filter. Look at that. and I have an alert. I have set alert above 10. If the values are above 10, I will see uh, highlighted here. Let's go half of that. Then I have more. But this is showing me that this market just has no depth here. Well, I'm talking about the ES. I don't want to even check what's going on with Nasdaq here. Let me put this one back. Actually, here I will use 50, but just to check how the overlay goes, right? Actually, I don't care about this. Now we are just less than 10 minutes before the opening. Let's get serious here and start setting the charts to see the current session. What the heck is this? All right, this is it. This alarm is okay. Give me a second, please. I have an alarm that is just I don't like this. Okay, no alert sound. That's okay. No, stop. Let's remove the overnight session here. Okay. Um, I am gotta be very careful here right now as the market gets to approach the opening. From yesterday, I got this settle around 68.48. Highs and lows of yesterday. Remember that. Remember this can be this. There is a what is it like? What is that? This configuration segment. Oh, come on, man. No. Okay. Right. Okay. I got an alarm. It's very annoying. I I don't remember. I don't remember what that is for because I don't see anything. The only alarm that I remember setting is volume above 10,000, volume above 500 here, if I remember well. Volume price alerts and have an alert here, 500. I don't see nothing else. The other ones is I see bid and ask above 1,000 and bid blocks above 10,000 here, but I don't see anything here, and this is quite annoying here. It is in my headphones. You cannot hear that, but it's very annoying. All right, we got a very questionable high in both markets. Now, I want to tell something here. The overnight. Come on, man. Let me silence this. Okay. All right. The overnight does not repair. Uh, I have Nasdaq here trading above this high. Right. The overnight does not repair this high. Right. Nasdaq. We have three white high up here, two white here. This high. Yesterday's high is very questionable. Very questionable. Very weak. We may see the market attempting to maybe take or correct this high now, depending where it opens, right? Right now, it would be correcting or taking care of this low, and the odds that we may have some sort of sequential trade, meaning what that means. Sequential trade is when we have a setup, quote unquote setup, right, in which we have weak highs, weak lows, and the market, what the market does is starts repairing one edge, one side, or one poor weak, in this case high or low, and then just to immediately proceed to repair or take care of the other one. Okay, if the market open, in this case, if Nasdaq opens below this area here, it would be taking care of this questionable lows, right? So the trade probably can be this high here. Let me uh, let me place settle right where it is. That's yesterday's settle. Today's settle is 699. Let's do 25,700. Let's do 25,700. 25. 699. To be exact, 699.75. Exactness kills. So don't don't try to be too. I do this because I can just I have a number here. I can type my input here. All right, this is settled for Nasdaq. If I check settle, most of the overnight trade was done below settle, which means that inventory is slightly, in this case after this movement, it's slightly short, slightly short, so probably there can be something to the upside here, as if there is a counteraction. The ES is pretty balanced here. You can see it's overnight POC is right at settle, and we have a good amount of trade that happen above settle, good amount of trade that happen below settle, right? The ES, in the ES we have the same concept of the overnight trading does not repair a weak high or weak low. In this case, the overnight has checked these questionable lows here, but it doesn't repair. I won't consider repair unless it's made during regular trading hours. Market opening where it is right now here in the ES would be opening with a gap to the downside, right? With a gap to the downside, you got to be very careful with what's happening up here. Okay, and the tremendous amount of weakness that this market has here, 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 and here, and here, and here. All right, get to be very careful. This market may attempt to build something like this, right? The other scenario is we have something like this as well, with a high around the 68, 60 or something like that. 68, 60. Oh, look at that. 68, 60 is overnight high. But if this market comes back close to this area, watch out. Okay, watch out. What can happen here? I mean, This can, there's a lot of things that I am pretty neutral here. All right, market's open. Market's open. Market has closed the gap right away. Gap has been closed. Market. Market gap. Market closed the gap right away. Nasdaq is an inside day. Open search advertiser. How much volume so far? I will need more time here to check the volume. If you have any questions or comments, please just let me know. Well, the fact that the gap has been closed, all right. If I have the bias to the downside, which I have not, I still consider the trade to the downside is very questionable. Yeah. It's the risk is high, right? Some selling coming. Look at this, the bid here was coming. You know, some buying, but um, a little bit lower, just a couple ticks lower. Look at that, man. This is good. This is interesting. This is the first time I'm using this. Not that I care. Well, that this kind of uh, information can be very distracting. Um, I suspect that can be more useful in days like yesterday, like for example, right when there was absolutely nothing. You have um, there were good odds that there was going to be like a rotational day, a very thin day, dominated by short-term trading because bigger traders, bigger participants probably would be more focused on today's session, right, where is FOMC, especially after or around 2 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. Right, with the bulk of the trade being or entering the market maybe after some sort of remarks that Chairman Powell may do today. All right. There's 1 week here, another one here, there's another one up here, G, and of course the top one is absolutely super weak. Uh, very questionable. This is 1, 2, 3. There, another one down here. All right. Bid ask. Okay, okay. Okay. Now this high, this low is even weaker. Okay. This low is even weaker now. We have one, two, three lows here at the same. The odds that that low is going to last are very low. Well, now we have now this is better. And look at what we have done here. Well, let's check in here. Where is the next accumulation? Is this one here? Okay, okay. In the lower side, we have this little one. What the heck is going on with this? All right. Look at these lows here. One, two, three lows. There's nothing here but all the way down to the 6,800. Okay. Notice the trend here. This is a downside, right? This range, this channel now is no more. There's something else that's forming here, right? It may pretty well be something like this. Maybe we have something, yeah, right around the 6,800. But as the risk on that side of the trade for me is just too high. Nasdaq, oh boy, look at Nasdaq, man. This is so. I mean, the weakness in the upper side is very high for the ES, and Nasdaq is the opposite. Look at you have 1, 2, 3 here. You have 1, 2 here. Actually, the daily time frame is he is also very weak. Let's see if this market can take care of this or this or this extremely questionable high references in the upper side. I don't need this. Let's do just a small profile here. No, how much volume do we have so far? We have 50-60% of yesterday's volume in 7 minutes. That's not bad. Oh no, 60% less. Okay, volume is increasing. Let's change this to 20. Volume accumulated, and that would be 20 here, minimum 20. Apply. Okay. All right. Look at that. You don't want this market. You don't want it. You got a short. You don't want to come back in here into this range, man. This low has been taken care of. This one has been taken care of. Let's see what 67, 68.70. How much are those calls? 68.70. Those are 9 points. Wow, that's fucking expensive, man. Expensive. 30 points away, and it's expensive. What the heck? 68.90, 68.90, 4 points, 69, 3 points. But 69 is too far. It's too far. I won't do anything yet. Okay. I have started to check some calls around this area here. Maybe this as an ultimate destination, but you know, aiming the trade would be, you know, the correction of this extremely weak reference. Okay? This one here, this one's here. If that doesn't happen until FMC, for me at least, you know, that would be the best for me because I think they can give me more a better opportunity, you know, because these calls are too expensive right now. It's too expensive. Nasdaq is very, man. Let's check the other markets. What's going on? What is going on here? Let's check the intraday bond market. Oh, this is lower. Back inside. Gold inside. Crude oil going lower. What about the other indices inside the Russell? Ooh, coming back inside. Oh, look at this. The Dow was already could look as coming back inside. This is inside, inside, inside. I mean, this has looked back inside. Has looked below and now it's coming. It's back inside. I don't like this market here now. The thing is, you know, Nasdaq, man. Nasdaq is, come on. What happens if Nasdaq drops here below and repairs this low here? This market is telling me this. It can go really high here if this market holds. But if this market comes back and takes this low, it will drag. It will drag the ES. Alright. Watch out with shorts. You got to be very careful with shorts here. No, I don't want to be short here. No, señor. Now look at where this high is, right? There was some accumulation up here yesterday, and look, which is settled as well. Look where it has stopped. Now there's nothing here. There may be some accumulation here. Let's see what happens if the market comes back here and maybe do this after that. Still, um, you know, kind of like the Belgian markets here. Many times we are so eager to jump into a trade. Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Look at the sale right now. There's special selling here. 9:42. What time is it? 9:44. That was 2 minutes ago. I have to do my drawing here. Play. Come on, man. Look. Look at the. Here, here, here. Now it's to the downside here. This is very, very. This low here. I don't like this lows here. The thing is also, you know, Nasdaq is are 100 companies, right? But from these 100 companies, like 10 companies, 10 tech ones are heavy, heavy, heavy weighted in Nasdaq. And the same 10 represent around boy, how much percent? Like 35%, 34% of ES. So when these ones, and that's pretty much what you know what is moving, not the market but the index, right? So that's the reason why I have Nasdaq here. Now let's maximize. Let's try to zoom in a little bit here now. All right. In this market, I'll be watching this area here. This is not good for the shorts. No, senor. Potentially targeting this one. But we are still inside. We still look at the volume. 48. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. It actually may. We actually may be kind of like around the same volume as yesterday. Sentimental, absolutely no blocks here. This chart here on this, what is this, time sales? I don't know what it is. I am trying 20 contracts, right? This one here shows 200 minimum, and there has been zero trades, right? That were a block, a minimum size of 200, zero since the 8th, since Monday, nothing. That's a lot of reason why I say this is a very thin market here. There might be some nice setup today. As we get closer to FOMC. When there is a breakout of inside bar, the last thing you want is to come back inside inside the range. Okay, and that's because notice that this market already has a breakout because has opened below this range, right? but now it's coming back here. It's coming back inside this range. That risk this market coming all the way back to the opposite side. Just that that's only one trade there, and what increases the odds of that happening is all the questionable selling that we had yesterday from these levels, right? From here, from here, from here, from here, from here, from here, you know. And that's why I say, well, if those levels are not taken until FOMC, until 2 p.m. or until 2:30 p.m., which is when Chairman Powell starts to speak, there can be something there, right? It doesn't mean that it's the direction of the market is going to be to the upside after he says something, but there might be something there that can then later can be retraced depending on what he says, whatever thing he has to say. Any kind of like dovish comment may take the market higher, but if it's not sustained, all right, or if he says something different later, maybe in the round of questions, the market can break hard. Okay. Yeah. Did you get along here when the market was coming back inside this range and got along? Okay, oh, this market is going to come all the way up to here, and as soon as you get along, right, the market just starts coming back. So let's take it easy, huh? Let's take it easy, one step by a time. Let's be patient. For me, there's enough time. There's not enough time here to um, to do or say something. Just a second, please. Me despertaste el eterno. How much memory I am using? 62. I don't know what's going on with my microphone here. No, 56, 78. I mean, this is increasing. Yeah, we are going to have about same volume as yesterday. ES ES has slightly maybe 1% higher. Nasdaq is a little bit higher. It's 6%. It is still an inside day. It's trying hard to take this low. This one's here. Mm. Nasdaq has better odds of I don't think the law is the law is set is put for Nasdaq. Law of the day is put for Nasdaq. I really like Sierra. Man, this platform has a lot of things here. The learning curve is steep here. That is true. Um, I have used. Oh, oh, look at what we have here in. Look what we have here in ES. Remember this day? What happened? Just remember the shape of this day. Right, this one. The same thing is happening again. Right? I want to keep this information for um, just compartmentalize, and save. Maybe useful for down the road, maybe even later today. Okay. Now let's see if this can check this volume here, followed by this one here. I can pretty much place, maybe I can place now a trend here. Look at this. It's a perfect trend line. Oh boy, what is this high, man? What is this high? What is this level here? Well, if you extend this day to the upside, that could be 6860, right? Why do we have 6860? This one here. Uh, Gosh, man, this is. But what the market is doing, I gotta be very careful. I got to be very. Oh wow! Look at this. Look at this movement here. Big one here, 160. A couple trades, 160. That's different, and it was buying. It was some buying around. That was 69.50. Was that? I mean 49.50. Why this high? Look at somebody bought here, right? On the market came, but let's see. Let's see somebody's positioning. Um, I mean, I'm not going to. I'm not going to trade based on just one piece of information. Now, this is what the market is doing now. Market has opened, has come back inside this range, but it doesn't have any direction, clear direction, right? What I see is the market is to the downside. We have value here, value is lower, it's trying to get this value, trying to get back inside yesterday, is below zero, which means that the day is negative, right? We are lower than yesterday. So what the market is doing is actually trending to the downside. All the information, all the pieces of information that I gathered and that I'm talking about is not, I mean, and it's are not the information that I am or to be that I can use right away, right? To be used right away. This accumulation that we have late yesterday is being respected, right? Even though the tremendous weakness that we can see in the upper side, right? The risk is high being a short here, but there's not enough reason for me to get a loan unless I see something going on, right? If I take a loan here, it would be me trying to upfront any kind of movement. It also, but that's a, I have to make a decision here. I have to make a decision because at the end, anything that I do, it is going to be a speculative position, right? Based on X, Y, and Z. That which is my criteria, right? I am watching Nasdaq. I don't like if Nasdaq were in sync with the ES. I would like that. I would like better. I would. I think I would have better odds, right? Of course, nobody. I will never be 100% sure of something because I always will take a risk, right? I always can lose. I consider the risk of losing being high. This is good. This also is good. I mean, the bond market coming back inside its previous range is good. It can target actually this one here. It has already taken this um, firecracker, mini firecracker potential in here. The 15 may follow through. So that's good for the market. Okay, that's good for the market. It wasn't like that before. But I just don't feel. I don't feel like I have. That would be if I got a loan here. For me, it would be like looking for a trade. Right? If I look for a trade, I will find a trade. Look at the weakness that. Look at where this B period is right now. Right at yesterday's low. Right there. That that single thing. That single piece of information tell me who is behind here. And that hasn't changed, right? That hasn't changed relative to yesterday or relative to the day before yesterday or relative to last week even. And the risk here is as we get closer to FOMC, traders may have gotten too used to get something out of the market based on what I've just told or talked just a moment ago, right? Trades do not work until it doesn't work anymore. But the event, the FOMC event, can bring some change. I'm sure that's going to happen. I have no idea. Okay, we may see The same kind of downside, the same way how it went to the downside, the same way can happen today. Leaving very questionable lows, double lows, stuff like that, right? And remember when I said, oh, Bush, if this market don't repair those highs until FOMC, that would be really nice. That will give me potential. That will create some potential for some kind of nice trade. If this market, but if this market corrects those highs before the event, you know, that scenario is, scratch it. Just as simple as that. Uh, the short side was very risky yesterday. It seems like we are going to have, or we are going to see the same thing now, but this time on the long side. The long side can be very risky. Just look at those lows, the um, bottom left chart that you have on the screen. That's a daily histogram for Nasdaq. Let me check. Let's check Russell and Dow. This is the Dow. Okay, we have the look below. Okay, this can be interesting here actually. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay, the look below of this chart, which is this day, is having. I mean, so far it has not been rejected. We may actually see some selling coming from this, from the lower side of the channel here. What's that? 47, 80, 50, something like that. No? But after that, there's huge volume here that can attract. Then we have this one here. Uh, this is adding up. It's not worth, man. Closer, closer. The weakness of Loser is impressive. I have one, two, three, four. I got two here, three, four here. It's just unbelievable, man. And look at the opposite. One, two, three, four. At the same height. Very dangerous market, man. You have you have to trade very careful here. Often, this kind of markets um, will attract retail, right? Very small traders that are easily, you know, trapped, that fall easily in the trap set by price. You just can't wait, man. You just can't wait to get long here. I'm not saying that the long is not going to work. All right, I'm not saying that. Same as yesterday, have stated that the short is risky. Um, that the short is something I would not be. I am forced to choose. Right? It doesn't mean that the market cannot break as it did later. In the session. I'm not saying that. Well, I'm saying that the risk for me is high. And the way how I measure risk is my assessment of risk is different to what most people do. I am not going to consider risk, for example. Okay, I'm going to go long. I'm going to risk. My risk is 50. Is 4 points. Or my risk is 1 point. That's not a risk to me. Mm. That's a completely different, a very, very, very different way to assess a risk. Mm. I will compare, for example, risk to an activity that we do pretty much every day, which is driving. Like if I used to drive, right, I go back and forth every day. I have my daily commute from home to work, whatever, and I know my route. I know my I know the lights. I know the traffic patterns and etc. etc. But Sunday, right? Any given day, there's fog, right? Or there's a rainy day. It's raining. I know. Right? Nobody has to tell me. I don't need to be a mathematician or a scientist to know that the risk has increased. The risk that I may have an accident has increased. By how much? I don't know how much, but I just know the risk is higher because roads are slippery, because I can see it, I can my vision, my racing vision has decreased, and along other factors, right? That's how I assign risk. If I can kind of like extrapolate that to trading, I see the situation, I see the market, you know. I assess, I can see the market has confidence, for example. I can see the market being dominated. Or I try to see, who is dominating the sessions, where the trading is coming from, where are the potential destinations, what is happening, what kind of day we have. It's a rotational day, it's an inside day, it's a look below and failure, look above and failure. Is the market inside the range? Is the market out of the range? Is the market out of balance? Is in balance? Stuff like that is what I look at. Okay, I'll keep watching this. I'm going to go silent. I'm going to make myself some coffee. I'm going to get coffee here. Oh, I'm back. Hey, wow, it's a lot of volume that has come in the ask side here. It's a lot of ask. Look at this 100 ask, beat. There's some 1039 around 37. What is 37? Right. Okay, when the decrease go to end chart. Come on, really? 68, 39. Nothing. Man. Um, before I left, I was telling that I was highlighting this range, right? And also that 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 if I want to be long, okay, I want to be I want to be paying attention to what the market is doing rather than what I want the market to do, right? The weakness that I've seen up here still is there, and um, I left when this market was actually started to one time kind of lower, but there is some heavy liquidation of these loans that has happened here now. Now the market's again back outside range. Um, but the short side is very weak here. What worries me the most is these lows that I can see in Nasdaq. Yeah, this is interesting here. 260, the biggest positioning on 160, 150. Nah, I'd rather just see the market. Now look at Nasdaq here. Nasdaq has an inside bar and break out to the downside of this inside bar. But this is still inside. This is still an inside day. Now this is the current day is still inside previous day. This low has been kind of like tested. There's still some also the market can attempt to repair this high here. It's back again. This is very risky here. if the market comes back inside inside this range, it's it actually can, you know, can do go to the outside. But you know what the market is doing is we have a trend in the daily time frame for all of them. Daily, I mean, ES, Nasdaq, Dow, Russell is the exception. Russell is a, you know, 4-day range here. I'm still, I'm going to call it a day here. I may come back just before the FOMC, just to see what happens. All right. Unless you have any questions, of course, I will wish you a good rest of the day and hope you stay safe. I'll see you later. Bye bye.